Coming up, winter weather slams the North Country. We'll have the snow totals and what's coming next. Plus, all this snow means that lower elevations are seeing record flooding. And later, we'll give you an inside look at a new art installation that's crawling with excitement. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Kiara Brown.
And I'm Connor Sweetman. Thanks for tuning in. Well, it was a digging out kind of day today in the high country after we got more than a foot of snow overnight.
More snow is in the forecast later this week. Meteorologist Lee Bourne joins us now. Lee, what's next?
Well, guys, it's been a couple years since we've seen a snowstorm quite like that. I kind of forgot that it could snow like that here in Flagstaff. Sight for sore eyes, strong storm, snow all day yesterday and through the overnight. Woke up to generally a foot around Flagstaff. Here's a look at the upper level portion of the storm, still rotating and spinning across Arizona. Notice the blue here. We're seeing a few snow showers still kicking off around the state. We've got some good video from today around campus as things were cleaned up and students were making their way about. Can we see that video, guys? Or there we go. Yeah, digging out. Yeah, around campus today there was no delays. Students had to get to class first thing this morning, and it was a busy morning around campus, but right now it is pretty quiet around here and a beautiful sight for sure. Okay, back to the maps here, and we're just looking at the radar now. Here we are in Flagstaff. Notice these greens, some pretty decent snowfall still here on the eastern Mogollon Rim and just down the I-17th south of us. We also have snow, as you notice, upstream. We're going to continue with snow showers here through the night and even around the mountain regions through the day on Tuesday. Light snowfall tonight, light snowfall through Tuesday. We still have winter weather headlines in effect through 11 p.m. from the National Weather Service. We're still in a winter storm warning. All the pink areas, winter weather advisories, and all the purple areas. Things kind of quiet down here over the next 24 hours, but we can still see some light snow showers. A big, huge, severe winter storm system is in the forecast for us later in the week. We're going to talk about that later in the show. Guys, back over to you.
All right, thanks for that, Lee. Well, all the snow is good news, however, for skiers and snowboarders. Arizona Snow Bowl reports that over 18 inches of fresh powder have fallen in the last 24 hours. And with clear skies over the next few days, the ski resort is expecting some of the best conditions so far this season. Snow Bowl's base is now up to 87 inches with a season high total of 211.
With higher elevations getting heavy snowfall, that means lower elevations are receiving the runoff, and they're getting a lot of it.
Over the weekend, Verde Valley and Oak Creek Canyon had flood warnings that caused evacuations and closed roads. Raina Steffen was there and joins us now in the studio with the details. Raina?
I was down in Clarkdale last Friday where some people were being told to evacuate from their homes at 3 in the morning. I talked to a Clarkdale resident to find out more.
Flooding is not a routine occurrence in this area. We have two streets down in Lower Clarkdale that are close to the river where when we're going to have flooding troubles, it's down there.
Clarkdale is the first town that the Verde River runs through, and in the early morning hours last Friday, residents received warnings that the water was rising at a dangerous rate.
The fire department and the police department mobilized and went down at 3 o'clock and started banging on doors to wake people up to get them out of their houses just in case.
Although this isn't a common occurrence in Clarkdale, this is a problem many towns in the Verde Valley and Oak Creek Canyon areas face as the runoff travels down the mountain.
Not only the Verde River has been high, but also Oak Creek that runs through Sedona has also been running high. And so all of us who live around a river or a creek are paying attention to make sure we keep people out of harm's way.
Again, this footage was taken last Friday, so conditions may be different today. But with the forecasted wet weather this week, it looks as if towns like Clarkdale, Cornville, Sedona, and Cottonwood can expect more flooding in the coming days. Raina Steffen, NAZ Today.
All right, thank you, Raina. Well, back here in the high country, the snow and ice led to dangerous driving conditions on I-40 and I-17 overnight. Here's a look at a wreck from I-17 early this morning. A truck jackknifed on the guardrail near Camp Verde, blocking southbound traffic. No one was injured in the wreck, and the closure was resolved within 2 hours. The Arizona Department of Transportation wants to remind drivers to take it slow and to take extra precautions like packing extra emergency supplies like extra food, water, clothing, a flashlight, and a multi-tool when traveling in winter weather.
Well, heavy snow or not, FUSD schools had the day off today for President's Day. Many kids were taking advantage of the winter wonderland with snowball fights and sledding.
Our reporters went out to the Fort Tuthill Snow Park area to find out how the added snow has added to their business.
So obviously being a winter park, we're kind of dependent on the snow. So anytime we get a big storm that comes through Flagstaff like this, it helps out a ton. Last night, Snow Park got about 10 inches, and so that's something that we can groom down. We've got 5 of our 8 runs open, and we are expecting some more snow Thursday. So if that comes, we're hoping to have all of our runs open.
Flagstaff City Council Vice Mayor Adam Shimoni is holding a town hall meeting tonight to get voters' input. The meeting is being held at Fire Creek Coffee Company, and the event started just a few minutes ago, but it runs until 7:30 p.m., so there's plenty of time to make it over there. It is a forum open to everyone, and Shimoni said that he wants to hear from residents about the issues that they're concerned about.
Every Monday this semester, we are featuring stories about art and how it affects our communities. This week, we explore a new art exhibit opening at the Museum of Northern Arizona, and it involves a truly unique subject. In fact, hundreds of tiny subjects.
The exhibit focuses on honeypot ants, a species that is indigenous to the Colorado Plateau and was created to honor a very special young man who loved to study and learn about ant colonies. NAZ Today's reporter Aiden Casey joins us now in the studio with more. Aiden?
I went to the museum and spoke with artist Charlie Beiner about this amazing living art exhibit, which she designed and built in memory of her son Isaac, who died following a seizure when he was 16. Honeypot ants thrive here on the Colorado Plateau in large part to a unique adaptation.
Some of the workers are a living storage facility for nectar, and during winter or times of drought, then the repletes replenish the colony and feed it during lean times.
Isaac's goal was to educate people about ants, and his collection of ant facts adorn the walls of the exhibit area, much like a line of ants marching.
He really was fascinated by ants, and he thought they were underappreciated and overlooked.
This is the first living exhibition the museum has ever had. Christian Hutchison, the museum's director of marketing, says she's excited to have this particular species of ants as part of the exhibit.
Because we do research on all sorts of insects of the Colorado Plateau, and honeypot ants are one of the most interesting ones that you'll find.
The exhibit is broken up into 3 parts and simulates how the ants would live in their normal habitat. A small camera is positioned to capture all the action and projects it onto a large screen right next to where the ants live.
It's a really great opportunity for people to be scientists, to observe the insects in action.
Isaac's Ant Foundation now continues its work and offers scholarships for individuals with disabilities that wish to pursue science education. For more information about Isaac's Ant Foundation, please visit isaacantfoundation.com. Aiden Casey, NAZ Today.
Coming up, the latest on President Trump's national emergency. Stay with us.
Cash in the dash at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. Every new Chevrolet will have an envelope in the dash with a card inside, letting you know how much cash you'll receive when you purchase your new Chevrolet. $1,000, $2,000, up to $6,500 in extra cash when you purchase your new Chevrolet. Cash in the dash.
Hi, I'm Mark Harris, owner of Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. I guarantee to beat anybody's price or you'll receive $500. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. No pressure, no hike.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
Welcome back. On Friday, President Trump signed a bill funding government and also declared a national emergency to get the money needed to build a wall along the southern border. But even the president admits the process won't be easy. CNN's Kristen Holmes is in Washington and has the details.
President Trump, unhappy with a bipartisan deal to fund the government, deciding to look for money elsewhere.
We want to stop drugs from coming into our country.
Congress authorized $1.375 billion to build a barrier along 55 miles of the southern border. The president signed that deal, but it's not enough.
Because we have an invasion of drugs, invasion of gangs, invasion of people. And it's unacceptable.
By a series of actions, including declaring a national emergency, the president is able to redirect more than $6 billion from federal funds, including the Defense and Treasury departments, giving President Trump more than $8 billion for a wall.
It's repulsive that a chicken hawk like President Trump would steal money from our troops, damage our military readiness, and undermine our national security, all in the name of going around Congress because he didn't get his way.
In a joint statement, Democratic leaders Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer called the move, quote, a power grab by a disappointed president who has gone outside the bounds of the law. As Democrats denounce the declaration and vow a fight, the president predicts a battle in the courts, which experts say could take years to resolve.
Sadly, we'll be sued, and sadly, it'll go through a process, and happily we'll win, I think.
In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes reporting.
King me. This must be how Odell Beckham feels when he scores a game-winning touchdown.
Beckham scores! Giants touchdown!
This must be how Rico felt when he triple jumped Mr. Sanchez.
Pepsi. Marie, you have pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, it seems like we've been a while since we've had a storm like this, so we'll call it an old school storm here. Quite unusual as well, with very low snow levels and accumulating snow all across northern and central Arizona. Forest Lakes on the eastern Mogollon Rim topping off the numbers at just under 2 feet, 21 inches. The official at Flagstaff Pulliam Airport, 14.5 inches. Williams, 14 inches. And right on down the line, accumulating snow. Page, 6 inches of snow. And Sedona, 5 inches. I've been here 18 years. I don't really remember talking about Page seeing 6 inches of snow, nor Sedona at 5 inches of snow, and there's a whole lot more where that came from. Okay, for us in Flagstaff today, 26 degrees, our high chilly temperature, and after all the snow melted, just over a half of an inch of moisture, bringing us up to 6.71 inches now on the calendar year, well above average here on 2019. Okay, here's a look at the storm system once again. The main band and the main cold front well off to our east. Still some snow going into the eastern Mogollon Rim and eastern Arizona. There's this whole upper area of low pressure that's going to kind of slowly track across Arizona over the next 24 hours. So we're going to keep chances for some light snow showers in the forecast for us through this evening and into the day on Tuesday. Tuesday, main snow showers from Flagstaff south and east right along the Mogollon Rim and into eastern Arizona. A live look outside right now. Pretty looks like the storm's clearing out pretty well here with some blue skies as we look at the Convention and Visitor Bureau live cam from just moments ago. Temperature outside right now 23 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Winds out of southwest at 9 miles per hour. All right, another big storm system for us on the way. As we just talked about, we'll see some lingering snow tonight into tomorrow. We might pick up another inch or so across the higher elevations. That would be a stretch. Wednesday, a brief break, and another very potent winter storm system is on the way. We could just barely catch a glimpse of it here way up in the Gulf of Alaska, and this thing is going to start to develop and drop straight south here, and by the time we get into Wednesday night, Thursday into Friday, we're looking for another gigantic snow event with very low snow levels as well. Here's a look at some preliminary forecast type thinking right off the National Weather Service homepage. Thursday into Friday, we talk about the storm system moving in Wednesday night, and really going through the day Thursday into midday Friday. And if you can see some of these numbers, all these reds from Flagstaff down along the Mogollon Rim, this is 1.5 to 2 feet of snowfall. And then if you look at a place like Sedona, it's got the 6 to 10 numbers. Chino Valley, 9 to 15 inches. Prescott, forecasting 15 to 21 inches of snow. That's pretty historic for Prescott. I do not remember a 1.5 foot snowstorm for you guys in recent memory. Okay, overnight for us tonight, we'll go with some light snow showers. Really not looking for much here in Flagstaff. Tomorrow, same deal. Cold day, 27 degrees. Here's a look at the statewide numbers out there. 39 for Sedona tomorrow. Prescott, 37. Payson, 42. Winslow, 37. And a look at it on the extended forecast for us here Wednesday. Quiet, and then by Thursday morning, I think right away, we will be seeing the snow fly as we did this morning. So I think there's some potential for some snow days even for NAU later in the week.
Well, hopefully we are granted those snow days.
Yeah.
Fortunately, all of our sporting events are indoors.
And Michaela, it's feeling a little bit like March Madness with all the basketball. What do you got in store for us?
Well, it's March Madness for high school, but I'll have more for the Lady Eagles after the break.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your sports reporter, Michaela Palladino. Flagstaff had an incredible season going undefeated in the Grand Canyon region and were sitting nice headed into the playoffs. Saturday afternoon, the Lady Eagles season came to an end. They battled Seton Catholic down in the valley and had their lowest scoring game of this season. Seton flew past the Eagles 48-18. This is their first year since 2016 the Eagles haven't made it to the semifinals. To finish the year off, Emma Doskitz and Gracelyn Nez were named to the Grand Canyon Region First Team. Powerhouse freshman Nez also received the Grand Canyon Region Offensive Player of the Year. In other Flagstaff High news, the boys' soccer season also came to an end this weekend. They too traveled down to the valley to take on the #1 team, South Point, where they lost 4-1. Regardless of losing in the semifinals, this is the best season the Eagles boys soccer team has had since the 2012-2013 season. Including playoff games, they ended the year with an overall record of 13-2. NAU men's and women's track team competed in its last home meet of 2019 season. They came up big with 5 gold medals for the day. The men had 3 top finishers in 3 different events, the 600-meter, the shot put, and 300-meter run for the day. Michael Marchica broke a personal record for the 600-meter run by 2 seconds. The woman finished with 2 top finishers, Dana Paget in the 600-meter and Sikora Walker, who also broke a personal record. NAU men's basketball headed on the road this weekend to take on Portland and Sacramento State. And their matchup against Portland, it was high scoring, but the Jacks fell 103-94. After that loss, the Jacks were on a 4-game losing streak and were looking for that momentum shift in a win against Sacramento State. NAU never trailed the Hornets and came out on top, winning 78-66. NAU will have two home games this week, with a big one against Eastern Washington on Saturday. NAU women's basketball had a Saturday showdown against Sacramento State Hornets. It was back and forth battle all game, with NAU falling behind as much as 11 points in the second half. With 3 minutes left, the Jacks kicked into gear. In a crucial possession, Rashid took a charge, giving the Lumberjacks the ball, with the game being tied and 7 seconds left to go. NAU needed to score on their last possession. Mavar has it on top. Rashid sets the screen for Papo. She curls off of it. She shoots. She scores, giving the Jacks a much-needed win. Now, Calais Papo has done more for this program than just hit a buzzer beater. I caught up with her and Coach Payne to talk about her milestones as a Lumberjack. Number 23. That's a number that will linger around NAU women's basketball for a long time. This number is worn by senior forward Calais Paplo. And in her final season, she is leaving it all on the court.
You know, no one works harder than Clay. And that's one thing that I can say undoubtedly. Any player I've ever coached, there's not a kid that plays harder every single possession. I mean, the kid likes to practice just as much as he likes to play. And I think that's very unique, even at the highest elite level. You know, she just loves the sport, the game, and she loves being a part of it.
Paplo has had an outstanding career as a Lumberjack. She's tied for 10th in program history with rebounds. But most recently, in their game against Sac State, she joined the elite 1,000-point club.
I had no idea, actually. Yeah, no idea. I just go out there and play, and that's what happened to be accomplished, so I've just been rolling with it.
She is now the 17th player in program history to be part of this club, and it doesn't seem like she's slowing down anytime soon.
You know, obviously we knew building up to it that she was close. But I think, you know, the thing that sums up Calais is that she could have really cared less about the 1,000. She wanted to win that game. And so it was a little bit bittersweet moment for her, the fact that we lost the game that she scored that 1,000th point in. But, you know, I think for her it's just that perspective of how much contribution she's had to this program.
As her time as a Lumberjack is slowly winding down and regular season starting to come to a close, Paplo has her eyes on the prize.
It's kind of leaving my legacy here and hopefully paving the way for next year, and then just ultimately winning games in the tournament is what we want to do, what I want to do as well.
Now, Michaela, that game on Saturday was incredible. That layaway or fadeaway to beat
that
was
right
at the last second.
A picture-perfect buzzer beater. You couldn't have drawn out a better play. She executed perfectly, wide open, killed the shot. Paplo for you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, we'll have another quick look at weather when we come back.
You. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me? Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. Why would you do that?
Probably okay isn't okay. Call a cab, a car, or a friend.
Good choice.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right, welcome back. Some lingering light snow showers around here tonight through the day. Tuesday, Wednesday break, Thursday, Friday, big winter storm on the way.
The snowy weather here is what's going on here in Flagstaff, but rock slides were a big concern in Tennessee recently. Check out this shocking video which shows the moment an SUV hit a rock slide. Take a look. In the road, then goes airborne, crashing into a police car. This is a dash cam video from Bristol, Tennessee. Police officers were responding to reports about the rock slide, which was partially blocking the road. One officer was treated for minor injuries. The driver of the SUV refused medical treatment.
That is wild. I don't know. Do you think the driver didn't see the rock slide? Like, what was the deal there, maybe?
That's what I'm
I feel
thinking.
like they didn't see it.
Yeah.
There's no way they would have saw that and kept driving into it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you spending part of your evening with us. From all of us here at NAZ Today, thank you for watching, and good night.